Over the past 30 years, video games have become a large part of the digital media and entertainment industries. Earlier video games had very limited graphics capabilities, meaning that storytelling was relegated to extra diegetic means such as marketing and packaging backstories outside the software. As graphics capabilities advanced, it was much easier for designers to be storytellers. Whilst traditional storytelling forms such as film and literature do not usually have the capability to be non-linear, video games do have this capability and can be used to create unique and highly interactive stories. It has been noted by critics that agency of the player could threaten narrative. Non-linear games, however, let players choose how the game unfolds in a more poignant way than in linear stories. I have chosen two recent video games to explore which employ non-linear stories and gameplay in varying ways: Life is Strange and Undertale. Undertale utilises backstory to introduce the player where narrativization of the game begins even before the player starts playing. In contrast, Life is Strange forgoes backstory and places the player straight into the action of the present. The emotional dimension of the game space is most heavily explored in non-linear games through the development of enriched characters for the player to interact with. Moral or social choices may be provided which dictate the player's relationships with NPCs that have a lasting or short-term consequence to invoke strong emotional responses in the player. For instance, the player choosing to befriend a character may provide a stronger connection to that character and may cause the player to feel more responsible for their well-being and more invested in the game world and what occurs in it. The main moral decision in Undertale, which has become its trademark, is the choice between a pacifist or genocidal playthrough. This is a stark movement from traditional RPGs, which give the player only one choice: genocide. This decision changes the way the narrative progresses, resulting in three unique endings. Life is Strange has a more realistic yet nuanced array of moral and social choices, which are more ambiguous as to how they'll impact the story. In some cases, the player's right choice could also have consequences that the player must then try to remedy. These moral choices actively change the game's environment and how the player continues to interact with it, providing a uniquely enriched narrative which varies according to individual player decisions. The players effectively become the new authors of the narrative. Space and time are very important in video games. Through use of space, the narrative can be integrated more seamlessly with the environment, letting the player choose to discover by choice and at their own pace. In Life is Strange, the player interacts with vast 3D environments to uncover more information which may inform their choices in the future. The game also uses time as a major feature which sets it apart from other non-linear games. The player can change their decisions if they don't like the immediate outcome, which gives an even more varied and personalised experience. Undertale utilises time to show the consequences of the player's choices cannot be erased by resetting the game. Upon subsequent playthroughs of the game, characters may comment on the player's past actions. Video game narrative has become a major design point when developing and theorizing new games. The newfound popularity of non-linear choices matter games has provided new avenues for richer and more interactive narratives which impact the player and challenge them to consider the consequences of their actions.